Happening right now on News 12, crews are on the scene of a fire at an auto body shop in Newark. We have a crew on scene with the breaking details. Meanwhile, in Patterson, a 5-alarm fire is under investigation after flames broke out last night, injuring 2 firefighters. Why officials say putting the fire out was complicated.
We've seen divers go back into the Hudson looking for pieces of last week's chopper, that tragic accident.
Good afternoon, I'm Aisha McKenzie, and we begin with breaking news. A Newark business owner is picking up the pieces after a fire leaves his auto body shop in ruins. Crews battled heavy flames after the business owner tells News 12's Jyoti Reiki that a car caught on fire. She joins us now live with the details. Jyoti?
Aisha, the business owner tells me that things can be replaced, but people cannot. He tells me that one of his employees was inside here at the auto shop when a Jaguar burst into flames and knew this information just coming in from the public information officer. She tells me that one firefighter was taken to the hospital and is now being evaluated for an ankle injury that he got here on scene. I spoke to a neighbor who got here as those flames were bursting out of the ceiling, and he sent me some video. I want you guys to take a look at that video now, and you can see just how dramatic these efforts were earlier this morning. You'll see very large flames coming out of the roof at Gibson Auto Works, dark black smoke also filling the air. We can see that dark smoke from as far back as exit 54 on Route 78 this morning. Now, this is an industrial part of Newark here on Runyon Street with car dealerships and auto shops. The owner telling me that his employee was working on the turbo engine of the Jaguar when he saw it burst into flames. That employee fortunately was able to get out safely. Now, I've seen fire crews on the roof of the building with chainsaws and axes in hand trying to vent this building and stop the fire from spreading, all while a steady stream of water poured out from a fire engine in the front and at one point the back of the building.
I just want to say thank you to the Newark Fire Department for doing a fantastic, coordinated job. No one got hurt in the building, but they put the fire out without it spreading, and they worked very hard and diligently, and I just want to tell them a special thanks.
And we have been in close contact with the city as the arson unit conducts the formal part of this investigation. We'll bring you any new information when we get it. Reporting live in Newark, Jyoti Reiki, News 12 New Jersey.
All right, Jyoti, thanks for staying on top of that breaking story. In Monmouth County now, a resident and 2 firefighters are recovering this afternoon after a devastating fire destroys 2 homes and then spreads to several others. Take a look at this fire here. 2 homes along 13th Avenue in Belmar damaged beyond repair and will have to come down. This happened just before 6 Sunday morning, and officials say the fire started on the porch of 306 13th Avenue. The homeowner sustained a burn injury to his head, and 2 firefighters suffered neck and ankle injuries. Thankfully, all are expected to be okay. 2 other homes were also damaged, and the Red Cross is helping a family of 2. The cause is still under investigation. In Passaic County, a fire that injured firefighters is still under investigation in Patterson. News 12 New Jersey's Sarah Good is outside the business where the fire broke out, and she has the very latest updates from the mayor.
The mayor told me multiple factors complicated crews' efforts on Sunday night. 2 firefighters were injured in the fire, which took place at Modella Furniture, closed down part of Market Street for hours. The fire broke out Sunday night just before 7 p.m. The 5-alarm fire took an hour to contain. The Patterson Fire Department was assisted by the City of Hackensack Fire Department. 2 firefighters were injured. One fell while entering the basement. Another was hospitalized for dehydration. Both were treated and released from the hospital. Now, the building was a bank at one point, and that structure made putting the fire out a more difficult operation.
So in the basement was a vault. So the firefighters could not enter because it was designed to catch anyone who was trying to rob the bank, and the vault would have closed on them. They were able to drill a hole from the first floor, core drill a hole into the basement, and finally get to the fire. Mayor Saya
also shared the sprinkler system was partially compromised, adding to the complexity of the situation. The store remains closed for the time being. The doors are shut with cardboard over the glass. A note on the door says they will be reopening soon. Investigators were back on Monday taking a look at the damage and the basement. Right now, the fire is still under investigation. In Patterson, I'm Sarah Good, News 12 New Jersey.
Sarah, thank you. Well, right now, state police are investigating a destructive fire at the Pennsylvania governor's mansion. Flames ripped through that home early Sunday morning while Governor Josh Shapiro and his family were actually asleep in the home. Shapiro says he was woken up by police banging on the front door. Authorities say a man broke into that home and deliberately set a fire inside.
I do feel very confident in saying that certain steps of due diligence were taken by our people, and we are in their debt for getting the governor and his family immediate and extended out of the house. When you see the physical plant behind me, it will be readily apparent how grave the situation was.
The suspect has been taken into custody and is facing a long list of charges, including attempted murder and aggravated arson. The governor says he will not let this get in the way of business while still needing time with his family. And we're learning more information as detectives are trying to figure out who shot a mother and daughter inside their Trenton home. The city's mayor releasing the names of the victims this afternoon. 40-year-old Malika Whiting and her 13-year-old daughter, Jaira Biggs, were found yesterday morning. It happened on West State Street, and police say they've detained a person of interest, but no arrests yet. A vigil will be held for the mother and daughter at Caldwater Park. No word yet on when that is set to take place. Well, New Jersey State Police and NYPD boats were back on the Hudson River today, searching for remaining wreckage from last week's tragic helicopter crash. News 12 New Jersey's Tony Caputo is in Jersey City with the latest this afternoon.
We have been watching New Jersey State Police and NYPD boats out here on the Hudson right around the crash scene from last week, and it's been interesting. Take a look at this video. A little earlier, we actually saw some divers go into the water and then come back out as they were continuing that search. Whether they actually got anything or not, I'm not sure. We'll look into that, but we know that they have been looking on trying to find the helicopter's main rotor, main gearbox, tail rotor, and a large portion of the tail boom using side scanning sonar to try and identify the locations where they should be diving. Now, again, by the looks of that, it looks like they may have found that location, but we'll keep you posted as we get more information there. Meanwhile, we know New York Helicopter Tours, the company involved in the deadly crash, is shutting down their operations. No word just yet on how long, but the FAA posting that information, adding it will continue to support the NTSB's investigation. Additionally, the FAA will be launching an immediate review of the tour operator's license and safety record. On Saturday, the NTSB posted video of officials examining part of the helicopter wreckage that has been found so far. Now, the video of the crash itself continues to be a focal point in the investigation, trying to determine why the chopper seemingly fell apart in midair, leading to this tragedy. That's the latest from Jersey City. Tony Caputo, News 12, New Jersey.
Tony, thank you. In Newark now, one person is dead after police say he crashed into a building. It is not clear what kind of building it was, but officers do tell us it happened last night at 5:30 at Watson and Elizabeth. First responders pulled the driver from the car. He later died at University Hospital. The crash remains under investigation. And new this afternoon, TSA at Newark Liberty International Airport arrested a Morristown man for having a loaded handgun while going through a security checkpoint. This is a picture of the 9mm gun that was confiscated last Thursday. The agency says this is the 9th gun this year that has led to a traveler's arrest. TSA says this year is on a record-setting pace of guns being detected. And last year marked a 7-year high with 21 guns being detected at security checkpoints. In 2023, 20 were detected. Then in 2022, 14 were confiscated. TSA wants to remind all travelers that firearms cannot be carried into the cabin of an airplane. Good reminder there. All right, let's get a check on our weather with Sally Ann Mosey. So the week is not looking too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. It's starting off sun and clouds mixing together and 60s. That's not shabby. All righty, everyone, if we could just keep it like that, right? We do have some changes. Let's first talk about the clouds that we have going on now. We do get peaks of sunshine from time to time, and we're dry. We've got a weak system that's pulling through, but we're also mild in the mid-60s as a high. Tonight, rain moves in. We're talking downpours from time to time, but not until overnight. Predominantly between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. we could actually hear the rumble of thunder and then some warm winds kicking in. Here's a look at the weak disturbance that brings us the clouds and in some areas a spritz, but it's continuing to move off to the east. High pressure taking over, and then you could see the rain showers that pull through overnight. Then we start our day tomorrow and we start with some clear conditions, colder air moving in on Wednesday. So here's what you could expect today: mid-60s, tonight the rain showers, tomorrow 66, but unfortunately more clouds than sun and maybe a passing sprinkle or two. I'll have the 10-day forecast coming up.
Sally Ann, thank you. In Union County, Kane University students participate in an AirTag tracking lesson to learn about cyber stalking. And as the number of Americans fall victim to fraud grows, Social Security brings in new measures to protect the people.